I call President Larson to preside over the presentation and conferring of an honorary degree.
Thank you, Mr. Newpole, and I call Ms. Cynthia Deisher, Bentley trustee and 1987 Bentley Graduate School of Business alumna, to present Jorge Moran for conferral of an honorary degree. Okay. Jorge Moran, ambitious entrepreneur and astute banking executive, principled civic leader, and devoted family man. We are proud to confer upon you today the honorary doctor degree of commercial science. Your career is a catalog of global accomplishment. As a young man in your native Spain, you were drawn to the study of economics and business and accrued valuable experience at two well-respected financial institutions, NatWest and Citibank. The stage was set for company building. With partners, you founded a Madrid-based brokerage and asset management firm that grew swiftly to 1,000 employees. Industry titans took note. The proverbial offer you couldn't refuse from Morgan Stanley made your company part of the financial services giant. You stayed on board and rose to CEO of Morgan Stanley for Spain and Portugal. Your worldly path continues at the Santander Group. In executive posts at Banco Santander, Santander UK, and Sovereign Bank, you have led with insight, confidence, and integrity. Your appointment as Santander U.S. country head in 2011 presents a sizable challenge for a multinational firm with modest recognition on American soil. What you call building a bank from scratch is energizing, rewarding work that you seem born to do. Experience etches your charge to the rising generation. If you want to be a business leader in the future, you need to know more about the world. The Santander University's Global Division advances that mission with study abroad scholarships for students at 26 U.S. colleges and universities, including Bentley University. We are so grateful for your support and inspired by your example. Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and by the Bentley University Board of Trustees, we confer upon you, Jorge Moran, the degree Doctor of Commercial Science, honoris causa. We hold it both a pleasure and a tremendous honor to do so.
Gloria, do I need my glasses?
I now call Mr. Moran to deliver the commencement address.
Sorry. Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you, President Larson, Chairman Manfredi, faculty, members of the board, families and friends, graduates, thank you very much. As you can imagine, it's a big honor for a simple banker like me to be asked to speak at such an important event, and especially by someone as accomplished as President Larson, someone who has distinguished herself in not one, but several careers, in law, business, philanthropy, public service, and academia. So thank you very much for inviting me here today to be part of this very special day. I am deeply honored to receive today from the university an honorary degree, and accepting this honor in the company of over 700 brilliant individuals from 32 countries is quite humbling. I am so impressed with all of you who are today receiving advanced degree from Macallan Graduate School of Business. So first of all, congrats, congratulations. Your academic achievements today make it clear that you will play a dynamic role in the world. Indeed, many of you have already distinguished yourselves in various careers. I am sure, pretty sure, that many of you are smarter than me, taller than me, and no doubt that all of you are younger and better looking. So, what advice can I, a simple banker, a family man, a father, give to help inspire you in the years to come? To prepare for this event, I spent several hours reading the strong speeches. I learned that most of them try to convey the same simple message: look to the future with optimism. Today, I am not going to be very unique, sorry about that. I will talk about the same idea. At this time in your life, on a day like this, your future is the most valuable asset you have. So let me share with you some of the lessons from my past. They are key in my life as a banker, as a husband, as a father, as a friend. Let me point three of them that I wish someone had told me when almost 30 years ago I was seated, like you, at an event like this. First, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of leaving your zone of comfort. But first and foremost, don't be afraid of facing your fears. Second, don't walk alone. Don't work alone. But first and foremost, don't dream alone. And third, deliver on your commitments and honor your word. But first and foremost, don't disappoint those who place trust in you. Please, folks, don't be afraid to face your fears. A month ago, the city of Boston was brutally hit by evil. Evil has multiple faces. In the case of Boston events, it showed most of them. But the way in which the city responded was amazing. Less than a week after the events, the streets were crowded and the city was full of life. It was clear that all of us feared for our lives, but the city, the country, found enough strength to face that fear, because courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength to face it. That's why Boston is so strong. I was raised in a city similar to Boston, Valladolid, in the north of Spain. The city has a long and dramatic history as the capital of the Kingdom of Castile and the Spanish Empire. Every tourist that visits Valladolid stops by the home of Christopher Columbus, where he lived and died in the years after his trips to the New World. When I was a little boy, when I was a kid, I used to play hide and seek around the gardens of Columbus' house. And playing around his house, I learned quite a few things about him, which have become a constant in my life. I learned that where there is a will, there is a way. Columbus was an entrepreneur. He kept fighting for years until he got enough financial and social support from private and public investors to back his quest. But finally, he got it. I learned that, of course, he had fears about his quest, but those fears couldn't kill his entrepreneurial spirit. He knew things were not going to be easy. He had doubts, not only about the success of his project, but also how wise that decision was. but he was not afraid of having so many doubts. He faced them. Playing in the gardens of his home, I read a quote from Columbus that marked my life forever. You will never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to leave your own shore. I have lived in different countries and worked for different companies. I have restarted my career several times, looking for new shores constantly. When I joined Santander Bank years ago, I learned that this spirit was also part of the DNA of this bank. Santander was founded 150 years ago in a small city of Spain. Since then, it has never been afraid of leaving its home to explore and grow in new markets. That's why Santander has become one of the leading banks in the countries as diverse as Brazil, Germany, Uruguay, Portugal, Argentina, Poland, Spain, Mexico, Chile, UK, and soon to be in the United States. Very soon, bet on it. In all the cases, the task was not easy. It was much easier to stay at home, keeping teams on our shore. But if you want to grow, both as a corporation and as a person, you cannot forget Columbus' words. You will never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to leave your own shore. And remember, you can't, we cannot reach the other shore if we are alone. So my second lesson is don't work alone. Don't live alone. Don't dream alone. Human beings have been improving and stepping up since the dawn of the times. All big achievements, all big strides have been made when people team up. My kids love movies about heroes who work alone. Hollywood movies are full of them. But believe me, dear friends, they are just movies. These fake heroes could not survive a single minute alone in the real world. No way. My life, perhaps similar to yours, has been full of ups and downs. There have been some successes and a lot of failures. In both instances, I have always needed people beside me. Yes, not only have I needed help and support to succeed, but also when I failed, sharing the root cause of a failure is the very first step to succeed. Nowadays, I am living the most exciting time of my whole professional career as CEO and President of Sovereign Santander. Since Santander acquired Sovereign Bank, my team has been able to achieve unthinkable goals in a record time. They have been able to overcome some of the worst economic environments that I have ever faced in my life. Together, they have turned around a bank which was in a very tough position. They have turned it into one of the best capitalized banks in the States and one of the strongest in this market. And they did it because they worked together. And in some ways, we dreamed together, dreaming to make Sovereign Santander not only the strongest and the healthiest bank, but also the best bank for our customers and stakeholders in the US.